Fine. So today let us discuss about very important subject called time management. Okay. So when I say time management, what comes to your mind? I want you to share. When I say time management, what comes to your mind?
Yeah.
Whether it is important or whatever. Yeah, tell me, sir.
How efficiently we manage the time in a specific time. For example, in 8 hours of our, working hours, our efficiency is depends upon the time we spent, like efficient time. What is the efficient time we spend?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, Prasadji, like, everything in life is in abundance, water and land and air. But time is, is very specific, and we have a very limited source of time. So
Yeah.
you utilizing the time in the rightful manner. I would say that, art of time management. That I would say that. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Anybody else?
Sir, doing that task in a certain period, we have to plan with the time, given time.
Good.
Given task we have to complete in the given time.
Okay. Who else? Subbarao garu. Time management అంటే మీకేం గుర్తొస్తుంది?
సార్
చెప్పండి.
టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంటే ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో వాటిని షెడ్యూల్ వైజ్ చేసుకోవడం అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్ సార్. దాన్ని టైం మేనేజ్మెంట్.
గుడ్ గుడ్
సార్.
యా మధు.
Sir, I am completely zero in that, sir. Since you all are very much professionals and you are
nothing like it.
Older than me, so I am trying to learn from you people.
That's fine. But the point is that don't say that we are all this thing. You are a great person. First acknowledge yourself that you are a great person. Then you will become that, in fact. Okay. So don't worry about what happened, and right now you have to start implementing. Okay, good. So let me talk about little bit of time. If you think back and see, life is, what is life? Is there any definition of life? There is no life, it is only the time. So people unnecessarily create a lot of definitions for life. It is all about now, and now it is the time. That's all. Nothing else. Yesterday what happened, you cannot get it back. And tomorrow you don't know whether we will wake up or not. So what is left in your hand? What is left in our hand? It is the right now, the time. So meter starts, auto meter started together. So like that, meter starts when we born, and meter ends when we reach the destiny. In between, whatever we have in this life is only time, nothing else. So clock is clicking. That's it. And how better you utilize your time and make a quality life out of this time is what is called art. I say time management is not art of time management. It is art of living. Art of living your life in the given time in a best way. I'm not talking about only profession here. I'm talking about everything. A fulfilled life is a life where you have everything there. You have recreation, you have entertainment, you have relationships, you have money, you have enthusiasm, you have goals, you have people, contribution. Everything comes into a fulfilled life. And for everything, it's only the key aspect is the time. But unfortunately, we actually misutilize this in so many ways. That's what actually create this gap between our thought and the mind. That means our execution gap is mainly exists in time. So now let me go to the presentation. I will just go through the presentation. I never want to give some kind of presentations basically, because PPTs and all I don't like. I want to actually interact with the people, get something out of the people rather than telling something, because it's you more important. So obviously, anyway, but give you some thoughts. I will run through this presentation. So first, let me say this art of time management. What is time management? Time management is about controlling use of your most undervalued resource. So many people, they think that it is not the resource. They waste a lot of time. But I'm telling you, this is the major valuable resource that God has given us. So every 1 hour, there are people who does different things in the same 1 hour. What makes the difference between a winner and loser is that 1 hour winner is going to utilize in a different way. A loser is going to spend in a different way. That is only the thing. So you need to directly, it is time that is nothing but money. So whatever time you have, that is the money. In fact, that is the conversion of your time into money is the art. So to live a complete life. So 5 myths about time management. I think you all also have got this myths. If you see, first thing is there is too much to do. I cannot handle it all. Did you all say at one point of time in your life? Chala panundi, chala unnai nenu cheyalepothunanu anipichinda? Too many things to handle. I don't have time, isn't it? Unfortunately, even Prime Minister also has got the same time, but he does a lot of things, you know. So like that, people who says, I don't have time, it's not that they don't have time, they don't know how to manage their time. Their planning was not good. It's not that you don't have time. You have time for everything. Some people, they give an excuse to spend with the family that professionally I am too busy. Okay, that's why I'm not able to. Even I used to do that. I told you my second innings started in 2010 after buried into the ground, and from there I came up. I already shared my experience. Before that, I used to do the same thing. I used to think that I don't have time. If my wife asked me to take me to a movie, or my children ask me to, so I never used to attend the parent-teacher meetings, and I never used to even talk to them and give time. That was the running race I used to have, and I have reached heights. But what happened? Ultimately, I have to be there in life wherever I have to be. So God has actually created an opportunity to make me understand what is important in life. So this is what it is. So many people think that I have too many things. That's why I don't have time to do the things. And so many people give excuses to themselves not doing the things because of the time. It is not because of the time. It is because of lack of planning of yourself. And you are not able to do it in a proper way in the required time. That is the problem. That's why you actually escape from some responsibilities and say that you don't have time. Will you all agree with me?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Yes. So second thing is, there is plenty of time. I can do it later. This is also one more thing. It's all myth. There is plenty of time. Inka chala time undi chuskochu. Pillalu chavutaru kada. So obviously children study, you know, exams will be in the March, and if you see the when till the January, they think the same thing. There is plenty of time, I can study later. But in February, March, they will start doing night outs and doing a lot of things. Even we do like that. We have set a goal for financial year. Till February, we are relaxed. So many people in the business also. And if you see, at least, especially in insurance and other sectors where we operate, people are actually, they say JFM, January, February, March is crucial. Why it is crucial? Why this month is not crucial? So they have a feeling that, okay, I have a target and those 3 months is enough for me to achieve my target. No. So there will be a lot of breakdowns happens because of the stress that you actually build up because of wasting a lot of time today. And that will build up when you achieve your goal at the last minute. So this is what is it. So there is nothing called plenty of time. Time is time. It is not either not plenty or it is not a shortage. Everybody have got the same time. How you utilize it in a proper way is the problem. Okay, that's all. So don't say to yourself that I have got time, and don't say to yourself that I don't have time. Both are wrong. Both are wrong. Okay. And I am busier than usual right now. So it makes sense to shift some tasks off another time. This is what is called procrastination. Okay. Today I'm busy. That's why whatever we are supposed to do today, we will postpone it to tomorrow. By saying a reason that, yes, I did not have time. Really, maybe sometimes it may happen that you have too many things unexpectedly without your plan. And then you may have to postpone maybe 1 or 2 times. But if it is happening every time, that means your procrastination is part of your life. You need to think that you need to change yourself. Because when you say something that today I complete, it's a word. It's a word which is given for you to yourself. And it should be done. If it is not being done, there is something wrong in your planning, or there is something wrong that utilizing your time. So you need to understand that. So you never try to say that because of time you are postponing the things. No, it is because of you. It is not because of time. So time is time. Okay, it kicks, it automatically goes on every minute and second. Point is that how you utilize it is the important. Next, reschedule something. That is what a procrastination again I am talking about. And then the little task is not important. So obviously you have task list. Sometimes what will happen, but the point is that whether you have scheduled it or not. So when you talk about time, you need to understand all these things. First of all, there is nothing called because of time, something happens. It is because of you. How you are utilizing that time matters. Okay, clear? Any questions? You can raise your hand, or any point you want to add. See, training is not one way. Training is not one way. I want you all to train me also, because everybody's life has got different experiences, and sharing of knowledge is the training, according to me. It's not that one person tells another person listen. No, training is from, even I learn small things from my children, which I don't get actually. So training is everywhere. So don't think that I'm a trainer, you are a participant. No, you are all trainers. We are all participants. So I want this kind of a culture in our programs. So anybody wants to add any more point regarding time, please share. Yes. Okay, fine. You can raise your hand. There is a virtual hand available in Zoom. Now actually I am actually practicing Zoom because future is only this now. I think we have already got some good knowledge about it, because we already conducted more than 60-70 programs so far. So yeah, little bit now slowly getting. Kavya actually training me in that. Even now I depend on Kavya. So this is what it is about the time. Next, if you want to know the value of 1 year, first of all, let us decide what is the value of time. Ask a student who failed his exam. Okay. So if you want to know the value of 1 year, you should ask somebody. Who is that? Who failed in exam? He will say, "Arey, 1 year waste." Okay. If you want to know the value of 1 month, then ask a mother who gave birth to premature baby. Okay.
Yes,
So obviously she knows what is the value, because there are a lot of complications if there is any premature birth. So 1 month matters. Okay. If you want to ask a value of 1 week, then ask an editor of a weekly publication. So if his publication will not be out. Okay. So then when he misses that, he will understand that, oh, 1 week is so precious. This week is so precious and I wasted that. And if you want to know the value of 1 hour, then this is actually good for youngsters like Madhu. Madhu, did you get married?
Sir, I'm going to get married in 2 months.
Okay. So ask your fiancé who is waiting for you. She will tell you, if you go by 1 hour late, what will happen, you will understand. Okay.
She's my what we say, cousin only, sir.
whoever it is. If you go by 1 hour late, so this is about time, okay?
He's very much supportive to me. No problem for that for me.
You take her granted then. Don't do that. Don't do that. In future, you will face lot of problems. Subbarao garu telusu. Inka vastaru. Inka raaleru kada ayina. Mana stage ki. He will understand. So never take wife as granted, okay? Your life will get spoiled. So don't go late to her.
బాగా చెప్పారు సార్.
ఏంటండి?
Wow.
బాగా చెప్పారు సార్.
No, sir. In any time, she will be my side, sir. No problem for me.
But you should not think all the time like that.
మీరు వాళ్ళ
Already
సైడ్
started.
ఉంటేనే వాళ్ళు మీ సైడ్ ఉంటారు మధు గారు.
Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, before marriage, we used to think like that only, Madhu. So don't
అదేనండి మా
worry.
హస్బెండ్ ప్రసాద్ సార్ మా హస్బెండ్ చెప్తున్నారు వాళ్ళు మన సైడ్ ఉన్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది అంట అంతే.
Yeah.
అది భ్రమ అంట.
Correct. So if you want to know the value of 1 minute, can
మిస్సింగ్ ఎ
anybody
ఫ్లైట్.
guess?
మిస్సింగ్ ఎ ఫ్లైట్.
Missing a
Ask
train.
a person who missed the last train to home. Kade last train. Then what will happen? Oh, 1 minute mundochunte train dorikundedi kada. So that is the value of time. And this value of time we get to know only in some instances in life where we miss something very badly. But unfortunately, we don't understand that we are missing our goals. We are missing our dreams by underutilizing the resource called time. Okay, I want you to get this. Your life is nothing. Your life is your time, and how better you are spending it, how better you are utilizing it is all about deciding about the quality of life. Okay, so then if you want to know the value of 1 second, can anybody guess?
1 second.
ఆస్క్ a person who is about to die.
Yeah, ask a person who survived an accident. Okay, fraction of seconds, just like this. Okay, then he will say, oh, that second, he will explain so many things. Okay, and if you want to know the value of 1 millisecond, can anybody guess?
Sir, sports person.
లాస్ట్ విష్.
Ask a person who had just won the silver medal in Olympics.
Yes, sir. One.
What is the difference between silver and gold medal? It's fraction of fraction of second. That is millisecond. Okay, a person who came second is just a fraction of a second is late. So he will understand what is the importance of that particular fraction. So in everybody's life, in different things, suppose Prime Minister obviously will have this kind of a seconds kind of a count. He cannot even waste seconds. But if you want to achieve to the heights and become, I always say to my employees, this is the first sentence I use to my employees always wherever I train. If you want to become like a CEO, you have to start thinking like a CEO right now. It's not that you will become CEO sometime. You cannot think like an office boy and then become a CEO. It's not possible. You have to start thinking like CEO right now, whatever position might have given to you. But start thinking that I am responsible for everything and I am a CEO of this company. Then people will identify you, and you will obviously, nobody can stop you to become CEO because your acts, your way of approach, your time management, everything goes like that. And that actually make you a CEO. So I always say all my employees the same thing. So your actions and your time management and your way of approach towards your job is always gives you whatever you want in life. So that is what about the value of time. So activities done in our time can be easily categorized as 4. Can everybody see this slide clearly? So I am coming to the point now. How actually you can manage the time.
Sir, sorry to disturb. I am not getting screen, sir. I am getting Subbarao sir screen.
Subbarao garda.
Yeah, I'm seeing his face on screen share.
Kavya, are you able to see the screen? Subbarao garu, are you able to see the screen? PPT?
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible, sir.
Visible, sir.
something you actually fingered some setting there. So that's why you set up your
She
Zoom.
must have pinned Subbarao Garu.
You must have pinned his video,
Unpin her. Unpin him. So.
or again you are not able to see the screen.
Yeah.
I think he likes my white beard.
Might be. Okay, so చూడండి అది మీది మీ
I will leave and I will join.
అది better.
Sorry to
Okay, we will wait for that. Not a problem. Come on, go and join again.
Sir,
సుబ్బారావు గారు మీరు charismatic personality అండి.
sir, I want to add what you have said.
Yes,
That is,
yes,
you
that's
should
what I
think-
want actually. Tell me.
You used to tell your employees to think like CEO. One thing I want to add is being a CEO.
Yeah,
Being CEO.
being is nothing but whatever being you are, like you are. Yes. ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్ కొంచెం ల్యాండ్ మార్క్ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్స్ కి తప్పితే వేరే వాళ్ళకి అర్థం కాదు. అది ప్రాబ్లం. ఈ బీయింగ్ ఏంటా అనుకుంటారు. బీయింగ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్
Whatever.
you present. That's what being is. So your being actually dictates everything in your life. So how you be now, that is what this thing.
Sir, can
So-
you explain being once again? Being a CEO.
Being
Concept.
is like your way of being
Okay, sir.
in the present situation,
Okay.
whatever you are in. So if you start thinking that, you will become that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, Steven.
Can I
Lois
add to
says,
that? Can I add to that? Madam,
yeah, sure.
it's nothing
Yes,
that
sir.
see, once you are a CEO of the company, how do
Okay.
you feel? How
Okay.
what all the actions you do? What
Okay.
will be your time management? When, at what time you will get up? At what time you will sleep? Okay.
Okay.
This you won't get up as a clerk. You won't get up as
Okay.
a other person. You will get up as a CEO. What do you think? What will be running in your mind every time? Okay. What will be your actions? How do you
Okay.
approach people? How do you speak to the people? Like, how do you convince them?
Okay.
For each and every word you won't fight. How everything will be different. How do you eat? How do you sleep?
Okay.
How do you dress? Everything. That's what is called being.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So there is one more thing, that a mind of a man which conceives and believes it achieves. That means even it is said in the spirituality, and not said in the spirituality, it's the way of life. If you really think that it's going to happen, it's going to happen. No doubt about it. But you have to be that always intentional. You be with that intention of a being right now. That means you want to become something, and you right now you be with the full intention and live your life. Automatically that will happen. So there is nothing called tadastu devatas there. You are the one who is going to do everything. So your being is going to dictate everything. So in life, so that is what you create your life. There is nothing that somebody will create your life. That creation requires proper way of being. That is what you need to start working on. Okay. So let's go into that. I think Vijay will join. So activities done in our time can be easily categorized as: one is important. Okay. And in important, what are the things? One is critical. So I have divided into 4 divisions here: D1, D2, D3, D4. One is critical, important and critical. Okay, that is activities that are urgent and important. That means very, very urgent. It has to be done right now. There is no excuse for that. And D2 is activities related to your future. What is your future? Basically, investment in the activities that important but not urgent. Suppose planning. Suppose we are all actually doing D2 now. What we are doing, it is D2. It is not
D2.
urgent. But what we are doing is we are trying to create a future basing on the planning. That means whatever we are doing now, it is a planning, knowledge sharing and planning. And this is important, no doubt about it. But the point is it urgent? No, it's not urgent, but it is important. So you have to list out the activities. Shravan, I think this slide will give you clarity about your priorities of works.
Understood, sir.
Yeah. Actually, D1, how many actions you have today in the category of D1? It is urgent and it is very critical and you are supposed to do it. That should be on the top things to do list. First of all, everybody should maintain one thing. No matter what it is, you need to morning, maybe 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And when it comes to morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'll tell you one more thing about the time. So many people like the sleep. How many hours sleep is important for a human body? Subbarao garu, Dr. Subbarao garu. How many hours of sleep required for human body? Roughly,
7 hours, sir.
8 hours.
8 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
Okay, fine. It's all about training your body. A sound sleep of even 4 to 5 hours is much more than enough for a human body. It's not scientific thing I'm talking about. It is the examples of the people who has done it and who are the greatest people. Like N.T. Ramarao. He used to wake up by 3:30 in the morning. Okay. And Gandhi. Okay. Mahatma Gandhi. He used to sleep only 3 to 4 hours a day. They lived a long life. It's not that they actually died because of the health. It's not that. So that's what I'm saying. This body is trained by you. And that training is given by your mind. So how you are doing, how you are training it in a way that whenever you sleep, you are detached from the world and you have a very sound sleep. And then that is 4 to 5 hours. Okay, you take 6 hours, 7 hours, not a problem. It's not a problem. But yeah, I'll tell you, but so many people actually they actually go and stretch the sleep ahead than what is required. You know, for them, what I say is there is a lot of time to sleep, you know, when it's an exciting life given by the God. But after your life, they will actually take out some 7 feet bed for you. Okay. And they will put you in that. And you can actually sleep for entire life, isn't it? That means sleeping is there after our death. Nobody will disturb you. Nobody will wake you up. Isn't it? There's a lot of time to sleep. But God has given us an exciting life. I'm not talking about you all. You are all leaders. I know that you are already there at some place in your life. You understand what is the value of time. I'm not talking about you people. Don't take it. But I'm telling you, you should be excited to wake up. You should be excited to do the things. Previously, I used to sleep almost up to 7 and 8. And my wife used to get tea and wake me up 3-4 times. Then only I used to wake up. But when I got into the real path of life, now nobody can put me on the bed after 5 o'clock. Whatever may be, if I sleep at 2 o'clock, I will wake up 5 o'clock. If I sleep at 1 o'clock, I will wake up at 5 o'clock. So that has become an excitement for me. I want to wake up. So that excitement, if it is there, obviously you cannot sleep much than what is required. But if you don't have that excitement towards something tomorrow, obviously, that is what it is. So simple as that. Suppose you wealth tree actually given you one gift to go to abroad. Right now, you cannot go anyway because of the lockdown, and your flight is at 6 o'clock. Okay, we have all actually given you one trip to say Mauritius or someplace. Okay, we have given you the flight tickets, everything, and your flight is at 6 o'clock. So the same person will wake up by 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, isn't it? But that same person will not wake up till 8 o'clock in the morning. Why? The same person, na? It's all about excitement. So if you take life as an exciting thing every day, so obviously there is nothing called you will give more time to sleep. This Madhu joined or not? Madhu, are you there? You joined back? I think he has got some problem. Okay, let us go ahead. So let me not deviate from the point. But why I'm telling you is so many people, they spend more time on sleep, which is not good, not required. Whatever it is required, you take it, not a problem, basing on that. But the point is that, yes, every hour counts. And then if you are spending more time on sleep, reduce your sleep, not required. Whatever required, you take it. Next thing is D3 is compulsion. Most of the people actually do this. You know what is that compulsion? Activities that are, I think, 1 minute, I will just I think this actually come into the urgent. Here it should be urgent actually. So anyway, if I'm trying to change, it is actually going to the next slide. I'm not going to change. So this is important. This is urgent actually. So compulsion is activities that are urgent but not important. What are the activities will come into this category? Sometimes you end up doing urgent things, but those are not at all important for your future or for your business. But you will end up doing that urgent things. Okay. Suppose, for example, you have to talk to few people. It's not urgent, but you think that you are urgent and you will spend a lot of time on that by leaving some critical things which you need to do. So first of all, you need to define what are the critical and most urgent things, important and urgent things. Okay. And you need to identify what are for the future investment. That means training, planning, and then knowledge, gaining knowledge. These are all the things. And then what are the activities are urgent but not important? You are actually doing it, but it is not that urgent. You can do it tomorrow also. But you think that, okay, this is most urgent thing, and you will start wasting your time on that. So you need to categorize that. And last activity, D4, is nothing but activities which are waste of time. Activities that are neither urgent nor important. Either it is not urgent and it is not important, but still you will be doing some activities like that in your life. So you have to examine. So now we will go and examine these 4 areas of our time management. So time spent on critical activities, time that spent on critical work done to achieve our goals. So your life goals, what are all there? Those are all critical. Okay. And involves critical activities like maybe reports. This is all about, that is supervision. Then activities listed in KRA, meetings to the development of business. These are all come under the client visits, and coaching and mentoring subordinates. These are all can come into the critical activities. Okay. So you can add up your activities. What are all you are doing? Suppose, for example, you are all started this journey where what are critical is right now, because to achieve your goal, the planning is critical for you now. So that is the most critical activity you have to do. You have to do the planning, because you have to start. There is no action. Without planning, there will not be any action. So the most critical activity is, and then you need to build your team, or you need to talk to the clients. These are all the critical activities you need to give the top priority as of now in the time. Okay. And time spent on compulsion activities, time needed to do some work which is compulsory. Compulsion can be internal or external. Internal compulsions are person dependent. That means you have some urge of doing the thing. It's not actually compulsion. That means it's your compulsion to do that activity. It is not important. External compulsions are situations, time, and work dependent. Suppose somebody's work you are doing, it's a compulsion. And you can actually you have your plan. Somebody comes and disturbs your plan. Somebody will say something and you will leave your work and then you will start doing that. This is a compulsion. So you have to say no. Somebody can steal your money, but somebody cannot steal your time. It's very, very important. Subbarao garu, idu meeku kuda vartistadi.
Correct, sir.
Without your permission, somebody should not steal your time. So there is nothing called looking good there. Looking good actually is a distinction of landmark. In Telugu, we say mohamatam. Mohammadan lekunda, I am busy. Can you please call me after some time? This is what you need to do. You cannot just start talking by leaving your critical work on hand and then to just convince or just to do that. If they are feeling bad, it is their problem, not your problem. So one more thing I am telling you. If you say yes to everything, what will happen? People will take you as granted. I am giving you one more dimension. People who are busy, they have a clear-cut schedule. And somebody comes in and try to steal your time. They say, sorry, I'm busy. Can you call me later? And that answer will not be taken bad. Basically, they are busy people. So you are telling them that I am a busy person. I have a pre-scheduled program and I cannot disturb that program. You would have taken appointment yesterday. So you are creating your value there. It's not that you are actually killing your relationship. No. He should know that he should take appointment with you to talk to you. You should create that. It will be created by exercising your critical areas. So when you know that your critical area is this and you are spending this time, don't anyone allow you to deviate from that one. So you just say, I will call you back. Okay, that's what you need to do. And what are the things that you do in compulsion? You need to list it down. You have to list out down and then you have to segregate them and then say no to your compulsions. Next thing is, so generally compulsions are these internal compulsions. I can say smoking, coffee breaks, allocating more time to check mails, meetings, debriefing. Sometimes whatever it is required or not, you don't understand. Out of compulsion, you start doing the things. Okay. So next thing is external compulsions. More work due to absent of one colleague. This is also a very, very important thing. So somebody is absent and you will end up doing their work. Maybe sometimes you have to do, but you have to see that your time is meant for more valuable things than that. Okay. So obviously you need to manage somehow. If you wonder, somebody is not, and somebody has got this kind of a thing that if I don't do it, if I hand over it to someone else, they may not do it properly. This is also one particular mindset we all have. We wanted to do everything perfect. And if we give it to somebody, they may not do, or they may not completely do, or some kind of a thought process we will get, and then we will end up doing small things instead of doing big things that what we can do in that time. So this is also one of the things you need to learn. And peer pressure, basically like a pressure of atmosphere, and then your business, everything comes into that. Adhere to the rigid work profile. To the rigid work profile. Basically, you have a profile of work where it is not flexible. It is basically rigid. So, and you stuck to that sometimes. Whenever something comes critical, urgent, you don't actually try to do that because you already have the rigid framework of your work. That is also bad. And unexpected customer requirements. So these are all actually time spent on compulsions. Unexpected, some client will come, you need to do service. So you need to first of all create a structure where somebody can handle those kind of things if they are regularly coming. Once in a while, it's okay. Once in a while, somebody is disturbing your time, it's okay. But if it is regularly happening, that is part of your business. You should put somebody and you should nominate somebody to handle those things which are not very critical. Okay, which are not very critical, which are done by compulsion. Okay. So then time spent of investment activities. What are the things? Time invested on achieving goals in the future. So this involve investment activities are planning, relationship management, then creating success for the customers, system formulation, knowledge enhancements. Okay, succession planning. That means you need to create the second level of leadership always. You cannot end up doing everything on your own. You need to create leaders. Okay. Then people development, managing competition, market development. These are all parts of the business. So these are all important, but not that today if you don't do it, it's not going to work. It's not like that. So you can do it tomorrow also. But the point is that you should plan when to do these works. These are all like for tomorrow. So this is the D2 plan. D2 is something regarding our future, which is very, very important, no doubt about it. But it is not so critical that you have to complete today. So when you take out your diary, things to do, first of all, I want you to make adopt one particular habit. Every day morning after you wake up, of 1/2 an hour you spend on the things to do today. It should not change. Once you decide in the morning, these are the things I have to complete. Somebody should not come and spoil your things to do. That is what you need to practice. So suppose Subbarao garu morning lazy, you started at, so this is the one I had to complete. This is the one I had to complete. This is the one so you have listed out 5 to 6 things. First, once you write all those things, categorize them. This is most critical and urgent. I cannot postpone it. So I have to do it. Tick mark. This is most critical, D1. Okay. Second, this is important, but not very urgent. Okay, let me keep it. If it is possible, I will do it or not. So how many critical and important things are there? Entire day, you have only those things, then there is no other option for you. You have to do them and then think about others. But nothing will be like important and very critical every day. Obviously, there will be other things also. So then you have to actually fill with the second category, that is important, but not very urgent, but I have to do it. So this is the second category. So your second list, second priority should be in this list. And compulsion, that means something which you can avoid, but you will not avoid. You will try to do that also. So think about that, whether it is very important and it's only a compulsion. When if it can be avoided, avoid that or postpone it. But first, second list, you have to complete whatever there in your things to do list. Okay. So next, waste, obviously gossiping, chit chatting. Okay. Obviously, we talk about people which is not related to our business, and there is no purpose behind our spending time. So what kind of time we are spending in this particular activity? You need to identify that. And then excessive TV. I don't think you people are addicted to that, but some housewives are addicted to that, basically. Okay, people who are in serious business, I don't think they are addicted for that. So you need to understand, if you are spending a lot of time on excessive TV and all, you should avoid. Then whiling away time, then daydreaming, socializing, other agendas. So these are all. See, first when you say you are spending some time, whether it is worth, whether it is useful for your life in any way or not. In all the ways, it's not about the goal. Is not one goal. Goal is having around 5 contents. You know what are the 5 contents? I actually forgot to explain you this. The goal is that you need to have your personal goals. Okay, personal goals is all about like your personal well-being, spending time with family. Personally, you have some, see so many. See, Subbarao garu is a good singer. Yeah, we will ask him one day to sing a song also. Okay, his voice is very good, like you say, like Sai Kumar laga. So obviously he has got, like, he might have enjoyed his singing with himself. That is the personal satisfaction of him. I like music. It's a personal satisfaction. That's a personal goal. Whether I'm spending at least 1 hour in a day on music, no. That's what I mean to say. That's what is the compulsion. Okay. These compulsions, when they started ruling you, you actually lose your quality of life. Quality of life is not about just earning money. Quality of life is being whole, complete and perfect. Okay. Wholeness comes when you actually give everything into the life. So first goal is personal goal. So there'll be, so I actually started doing that. I play shuttle every day morning, at least 1.5 hours. That become a part of my life. That's my personal goal. And one day, if I don't go, it's something like I miss something. So that kind of feeling will come to me. So I have put in my agenda that I have to do it every day. So that satisfies my personal goal. That means my enjoyment with myself. Like that, some people will have a habit of reading, but they don't do it. Some people are having habit of singing, or some people are having any other thing, but they end up not doing it because of compulsions of life which they impose. But you can do that also. It's possible. But only thing is you need to clearly allocate time for that, and that time is for that only. You cannot get compulsive things into that and spoil that time. And second point is professional goal. First goal, you can write it down if you want. One is the personal goal, which deals about your personal life. You're spending time with your family, your entertainment, your recreation, your hobbies, your interests, your well-being of your satisfactions. These are all come into the personal goals. So whether personal goals are all are achieved, or you are satisfying yourself or not, you need to think about it. Second point is professional goal, where you want to be in your profession. Okay. Third point is financial goal. Profession, anyway, we are going to talk a lot. That's why I'm not going into deep. Okay. The third point is your financial goal. Financial goal should be something like that, like I will be there somewhere here after a year, and then work with the numbers, how much I need to earn and how I am now. So that particular goal should be decided very clearly. And another one is social goal. You are a human being in the society. Without people, your life is not there. Obviously, social goals are actually goals where you contribute to the people around you. How? Are you able to spend some time on that without any deviation in your timetable? And how much time? Actually, I am actually missing it a lot. I actually decided to be with my mother in her social service. She is there from last 20 years. And I wanted to spend every week at least around 5 to 6 hours or 7 hours or a complete day with her in those activities. I did for some time, then I left it again. So this is what is the compulsion will take over your life. And you will start actually giving less priority to these goals. And final one is spiritual goal. So these are the 5 goals to bring wholeness in your life. Okay. Spiritual goal is nothing but spending time with yourself. Do meditate. Think about you today, what are all you have done, pat yourself, and then say, yes, I'm a human being, and then I have to do this. So spend time with yourself about reconciling yourself every day. And that is what is spirituality. Spirituality is nothing but looking inside. So you can have different methods. You can listen to some videos. Maybe you can listen to some videos of Sadhguru or somebody else whom you like, and try to spend some inner getting some inner consciousness. Okay. That inner consciousness, when it comes, it is very powerful, and actually it will keep you peaceful whole day. So whether you are able to spend that time every day, at least some part of time, that you need to decide. So whatever I am telling, it doesn't mean that I am doing completely, I'm not doing, but I am actually trying to do at the maximum extent. This is only a practice. So obviously you have to start thinking about every aspect of your life is important, and you need to give time, and in that what are critical and urgent, what are important but not very urgent, and what are compulsions and what are waste. So first of all, remove all the waste. Then understand yourself, but compulsions, what are taking place and you are not doing, which is important for your life. Out of compulsion, what are the things that you are doing every day? List out those things and remove them. Try to remove them. It can be avoided. Nothing is going to happen. Some people think, things move on. It will happen. But whatever you want, you only do that. Don't get into compulsions. This is what you need to understand. You should not go, you should say no to compulsions. Okay. And then thing is, yes. So then come to the second point, where you have certain list of things to do for your future. You need to do today, tomorrow, day after, continuously. You have to, those things should be there in your list. And come to the point where initially you need to complete at any cost today. That is critical and most important. When you actually picturize this entire thing and then prepare a plan from morning, first hour to zero. See, I'll tell you, let us do some exercise. I know how people actually steal time. Let us do one exercise. Who is going to be volunteering me in this exercise? Who? Lakshmi Narayan gar. Good. That's Nasim gar. So I will ask you one thing, sir. This is exercise for everybody. I want you to say morning at what time you woke up, sir?
5:30, sir.
5:30. Can you tell me what did you do between 5:30 and 6?
Brushing, bath, everything and all.
Okay. Okay, then 6 to 6:30.
Meditation.
Okay, 6:30 to 7.
Some prayers, sir. There are some prayers I have to do. I have to do that till 7.
7 to 7:30.
7 to 7:30, breakfast and everything.
Can I ask you one more time? So can you tell me what the time that you have done from 6 to 6:05?
6 to 6:05 meditation.
Yeah, up to 6 to 6:05. So 6:05 to 6:10.
Same thing. Same meditation is continuing till 6:30.
Yes. So what I mean to say is, if you go into the specific of timing, why I want you to do this exercise is, there will be lot of instances that you cannot remember what you have done at that time.
Yeah, correct.
You can go back and check.
Yeah.
If I ask you
Yes, sir.
6 to 6:01, 1 minute, what did you do? You cannot say. Maybe you will say, yeah, I have done that only. I have done, suppose you said that I do the brushing. How much time that you take to do the brushing? Is it 2 minutes, 1 minute, or 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes?
Yeah, correct.
If you are doing 10 minutes, it's actually a problem.
Yeah, but,
Isn't it?
yeah.
So if you are doing it 1 minute, it is also a problem. So
Yeah.
obviously the point is that time is stealed without our notice. That is what this exercise. So now if you write in a diary that what you have to do by bifurcating every 15 minutes, you will understand how much time you have got. You cannot even recollect what did you do in so much of time in day. So if I say I have done, okay, I have most of the time occupied by your mind in a thought. Most of the time you will be thinking. If you observe back, most of the time you are not in action. You will be thinking. You will be in thinking. And how much time you are into thinking, once you see, that is a very unproductive time. Even for thinking, you need to give time. Thinking required for planning, isn't it? Will you all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Thinking required when you're planning. Then rest of the time, why should you think? It's only action.
Yes.
Thinking required when you need to plan something. That's all. After that, why you have to think? There is already a plan, and you should be action, 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 action. There is no time to think. People who are not in action, they will have a lot of time for thinking. And people who are in action, they don't have time to think. So your schedule should be something in a day that you should not have time to think at all. So most of the time what happens, if I start asking Narasimha Rao garu like this every half an hour, I'm very certain that few hours or few half an hours, he cannot even remember what he has done. Even me, not only he, even you, everybody, you cannot even remember that what you have done at that particular time. Yeah, I was sitting, sir, in office. I don't remember what did I do at that time. So that means you don't know how that time has gone. That is the criticality of the time. So once you master that every 15 minutes, so I will give you a suggestion of 15 minutes. If somebody can do it 5 minutes, it's great. You can actually write 5 minutes schedule for your day, where your time is preciously spent on a particular focused action. Okay, maybe 5 minutes is too small. Maybe you can take half an hour to start with. So right now what you can do is you can prepare a diary where things to do from morning, at what time you will wake up. From there onwards, 6 to 6:30, this is the work I will complete. Say 6:30 to 7, this is the one. 7 to 7:30, this is the one. 7:30 to 8, this is the one. If you see, by the end of the day, if you really follow that, you will sleep very well. You know why? You will get tired. Completely utilize your time. You will have complete satisfaction of utilizing your time in the right way. So many things will be completed. Observe this and do it. So once you have that, and most of the people who are already successful and ladder to the success, people who are climbing, they are already doing it. I'm not doing it. So maybe you are all doing it. It's not that you are not doing it, but give more precision to that. Give more clarity to that. Okay. I'm not telling that you people are wasting time. No, don't think like that. You are not wasting time. You are doing a lot of things. But the point is that give precision to that. Like specifically, this work is being done so and so time, so and so time, so and so time. Every half an hour, you create a schedule till you sleep. And that particular schedule should consist of all your activities, which are related to all your 5 goals. Okay. So something like Subbarao Garu should say to their staff that I'm going inside. Okay. I'm going to spend half an hour with my music. Don't disturb me. This should be the way. And you should say that, yes, I'm going to spend my meal. I'm going to spend my meal like I'm going to enjoy my food. 15 minutes, nobody are going to talk to me and disturb me. But what will happen in our lives? We do everything. We'll mix up that, we'll mix up this, we'll stop this, we will do that, we will do that. So that's where the control comes in the life. It's not that I am a master of it. I'm still actually practicing. I'm trying to come to the that level most of the time. Yeah, right now, yeah, I can say hourly plan I have. I did not even have half an hour plan, but I have hourly plan. But you should come to a level where every 5 minutes of your day is spent in a right way, for the right purpose. Then I think you will be mastering the time. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I want you to start practicing the time. Nothing. It's all about planning. That's it. Time is time. It is there for everyone. How preciously you are actually using it in a right way for the right purpose, right quality of life is all about what you need to do. And it has to be continuously practiced. You cannot actually say things cannot change. You will try to do for some days and again you will leave it. I know this because I have done it a lot of times. I will try to have my plan and then I will next day I will forget to have that plan, or I will leave it and then do something with compulsions. So when you make it as a habit, so how the habits are going to form, I'll tell you. See, one day you want to wake up, you cannot wake up. Okay. And then second day again, you will try, you will not wake up. Suppose somebody want to create a habit of waking up in the morning. I'm just giving an example. Everything can become a habit, but you need to actually do some exercise. So what you need to do for that is fake it until you make it. Underline this, fake it until you make it. That means you say to yourself that I'm going to do it. First, don't leave that thought of doing it. So many people, what happens in their life is they wanted to do something, they will start, okay, and then they are inconsistent in action. One day they will do, one day they will not do, but after some time they will leave the thought itself. Then what will happen? You will not be able to do that in your lifetime. But don't leave that thought. That's the meaning of fake it until you make it. That means till you know that it's a lie. Every day morning waking up, you are telling a lie to yourself. But at least continue that. So when you wake up and see in the mirror, somebody will say that you are lying to yourself every day. Okay, obviously one day there will be a realization that no, it's not possible. I'm lying every day. I'm telling myself every day that I will do it. I'm not doing it. Let me do it. So that persistence will come and continue it till you make it as a habit. So wake up. There will be up and downs, but every day you tell everybody in the home that if I'm on the bed after 5 o'clock, please wake me up. I may say something to you, don't mind, but still wake me up. Put some water on me. So you create some structure for that. Okay, then you will start. And after some time, I'll tell you, after some time, when it becomes a habit, nobody can make you to sleep after 5 o'clock. So this is the process. The continuous action. That means this is a Stephen Covey in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Read this book if you can. Okay, there is a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In that, he has clearly mentioned how human things will work. Human things will work. First of all, there will be a thought, and it converts into an action, and that action, repeated action, will become a habit, and that habit is going to give you the character. So from thought to destiny, it's only the thing is the process. So your thoughts is your destiny, no doubt. In the thought, continuous repeated thoughts will give you the actions, and continuous repeated actions forms a habit, and that group of habits is called as a character. That's all. So if you want to change, that give you your destiny. So to change your destiny, you change your thoughts and consistently act on that. Make them as habits. Winning is a habit. By the way, winning is a habit. Once you get that habit, you will win everywhere. But how to inculcate that habit? From your thoughts and actions, consistent actions. That's how you start winning habits. So obviously, if you have more winning habits, you will win wherever you are. So this is important. That's why I deviated a little bit about the subject. So let us get into the time management again. So these are the importance of the time management. Eliminate wastage, being prepared for meetings, reduce excessive workloads, monitor project progress. This is all for employees. Allocate resources appropriate to a task on importance. Ensure that long-term projects are not neglected. This is the second D2 I'm talking about. Plan each day, week, month, or quarter efficiently. This is very important. When yesterday we talked about goal setting, after a month where you are supposed to be, this is all about planning and the time that in this 1 month. This 1 month you have lot of time, lots of time. But how effectively you are utilizing it and producing results is all about how you are actually spending this time in a right way. So how many calls per day you are doing? How many people that you are meeting? How many things that you are completing? Is there any agenda? Is there any plan? And are you able to complete that plan within that particular time or not? This is going to decide your progress and your success. Okay. So next. So these are all general things. Use the technology. Obviously, in fact, for things to do, lot of these are available. Okay. So these are all general things. Anyway, we can the simple procedures. Result is matter, not methods. These are all general things. Yeah, why we fail? Most people set them and then get behind schedule. They then give up this hopeless cause. Even the most successful people get setbacks, but they work twice as hard to ensure they achieve what they set out to do. Simply, we generally fail because we give up. That's what it is. And we give reasons. And first reason is time. Most of us, we give first reason as a time. But it is not that. Actually, it is you and then your consistency in doing the things. Simple. So that's what. Make commitment to spend 10 to 15 minutes day to plan ahead, which I already told you. Define tasks clearly, create deadlines, focus on more important tasks. So list out what are all important, what are all not important. So focus on important tasks. Then break the tasks into smaller sections. Okay, allocate estimated time for that. Suppose you have around 20 people to talk. Okay, spare around 5 minutes time for each one. So 20 people into 5. obviously you need to have some 100 minutes. That means around 1.5 hours, maybe little more. So allot that time separately, complete that and go to the next one. But most of the people, what they do one call and they do some other thing, and again they come and they don't remember. So completing this 20 calls will never happen, because you did not actually put time for that properly. Call everyone. If somebody is not lifting, put it again next time, 4 o'clock, again reminder call. Okay. Or let me talk to him about, or if he is not lifting, put a message that I tried. If you are free at evening 4 o'clock, can we get in touch? Just give a message. Obviously, he also blocks that time. You can block your calendar. So these small things actually improve your efficiency in your day-to-day work. These are all things you need to practice to become more and more resourceful time. You can actually utilize for your betterment. Okay. So that is what is important. Use regular block of time for an activity. That's what I told you. You have to block your time for particular activity. You cannot deviate from it and do something and again do this, again do that. Don't do that. Delegation of workload. Obviously, you know how much time you have got and how much you can do. So don't say that I will do everything, and because you are motivated, don't say that, okay, I will work for, I will put something which is not possible in this particular time schedule and then try to do. Don't do that. So you have to do the quality work. You have to do the peaceful work. It's not, see, some people, they are always tensed. Can you see? Some people, if you see, they are always tense. There is a tense in their face, especially people who are working in sales. You cannot actually see. I actually feel very bad about them. Even there's a lot of people from insurance companies, they regularly come and meet me because we are the distributors. So they come and I can see they were never relaxed. They were never relaxed because they don't have planning. They only do compulsion. There is a compulsion, they will start doing that compulsion. They never get into the important critical matters, and important critical matters are all pending action. So they don't sit and plan. They run. And then afterwards, what will happen? So their effect, their life quality is going to be hampered, and their productivity is going to hamper. If you are peaceful, you will achieve everything. You can do 100 things if you are peaceful. First of all, be in that space. There is nothing called you need to run on. I am talking about time is there and a lot of time is there. Only thing is proper planning give you more peace of mind. And you can do more things with more productivity. It's all about managing yourself and your time. This is what I wanted to make it. Okay. Hurdles. You. No other hurdle. It's you. That is your lack of commitment. And procrastination. Procrastination can happen because fear of failure of success. Most of the times, avvadu ane bhayam. Are bhayam anedi pai kanpichadu. Lopala dictate just. Andukani postpone chestam. Comfortable. Ante we don't want that to come to us. That's why we postpone. We don't want to face it right now. We'll postpone because we have a fear that we may fail. This actually runs in the back end. It will not show up in the front end. Somewhere something doubtful, you are doubtful. That's why you postpone it most of the times. Okay. And that's why you, even though it is critical, you postpone it actually. But you face it now today, either this way or that way, whatever happened, it's fine. So you should get into that mindset. Okay. Low self-esteem. Obviously, I don't think all our people who are there here, they have this. I don't have to worry about it. They are all like having high self-esteem. I don't have any second thoughts about it. Lack of prioritization of skills. This is what important. You need to develop few skills. I never used to have the skill of using computer in a proper way a long time back. But I started practicing. Now I use it very, very, very. So in fact, I'm telling you, I'm very proud to say that I do 6 kinds of things every day. I do research, do training, I do business in insurance. I talk to a lot of clients, and I spend good time with family. No doubt. Previously, I cannot say that, but now, and I spend a lot of time in so many activities. How it is possible? It is possible because I actually divide into the parts, and then I will not overlap these things. So this is what is. I'm telling you, I'm not still, I'm 50% only, I'm perfect. I'm not 100%. So still there is a lot of exercise I'm doing. So you start doing that and you can actually feel that. But one thing I can heartfully say that I was never disappointed any day that I did not complete something. Okay. And then there are few areas where I have to improve, no doubt about it. So I'll keep on improving. So that is what you need to get into. It's not about work, it's your completion of with yourself with that work is more important. That means you are happy, you sleep well because whatever I planned, I did everything good. That should be the thing. There should not be something in the back end. This is not happened. That should not be there in the mind at any point of time. Okay. And then the task too daunting. That means you think that it is very difficult or so generally you postpone that because of that. Plan stupidly over and overconfident. Obviously, you plan something which is unrealistic, and then you may be overconfident that you can complete that work within no time. So suppose the other day we had an audit of IRDA, insurance regulator. They were done an audit in this pandemic time. They got a remote inspection. And 3 days, I was completely morning 5 to night 10 o'clock. This is a compulsion. Actually, I don't like that. I don't never like compulsions. But there was a sudden, and their regulators, I have to do it. What to do? So what I have done, I tried to categorize it and given to my team to do that, to do this. But the point is that at the end of the day, I am overconfident that I can do everything within that job. But when I have seen the details, what they ask, it's like it's clear for me that I have to spend lot of hours to pile up the data and give it to them. So I was overconfident. Yeah, I can. One day it's enough. I told my guys also, one day it's enough. But what happened? It took 3 days for me. So all my other works are hampered. I could not talk to the clients also for 2 days. So which is not actually correct. It should not happen. So sometimes what will happen is because of this overconfidence and then maybe stupidity, sometimes we end up doing the things like this. So which will hamper our regular planning and routine, which is not supposed to be this thing. Okay. So effects. These are all highest wastage, effective use of time, focus, chosen activity. These are all, I think, indirectly completed. So this is the final quote. Conclusion: if you waste your time, you waste your life. If you value and are stingy with your time, investing every second wisely, you are getting the most out of your life. Manage time and exploit the technology. So obviously regarding time management, this is the one what I want to give. So your life is nothing but time. Understand this, and how to use this precious resource is important. Enjoy it at full extent. Don't waste it. Don't waste even single minute. And most of the time you are wasting it by sitting idly thinking about something which you are not supposed to do. Always be in action. Thinking is required only for planning, nothing else. So you control your mind, stop it to think and be in action. When you are fully in action, obviously you will not have time to think. Vivekananda says Karma Yoga. What is that Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga is nothing but work. There are about 4 yogas, they say. Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Brahma Yoga, or few things. Subaragar Jappal. Okay. So obviously out of this Karma Yoga is the one of the best yogas. You know what it is? Dedication of your work and your time. So obviously, so your life is that. And when I say work, people always think that earning money. No. It is about all aspects of your life. All aspects of a small time spending with your children also. whether it is quality. Did you really allotted time for that? They know that you allotted. Most of us don't know. And after some time, I'm telling you, this is going to affect our personal lives very badly. My children detached with me because of my past behavior of mine. And it took a lot of time for me to create that bonding again with them after realizing. Now they dictate me. That's a different thing. So obviously, the point is that they should have space. Your son should not think that my dad is always busy. Tomorrow, even important things he will not discuss because what happens? He has already come to one conclusion that my dad is busy. I don't have to talk to him. So indirectly, directly, we miss ourselves in our lives by not prioritizing our things properly. So you need to give time for each and everything, and I want you to have the complete life. Everybody has to do it. This is my, I can say, suggestion. Not only suggestion, a humble request, I can say. I want you to have a complete life with the resource what you have got. That is the time. Okay.